Good afternoon. I would like to welcome everyone to the Planning and Zoning Board public hearing for Wednesday, November the 15th. All board members are here, excluding Shelley Allen, who is ill today. First thing I wish to speak as we were listening to the video, you heard about the blue cards. We have received one blue card. At this point, everything is on consent agenda. The receipt of a blue card will pull it off so it'll be available for discussion. I don't see any movement. Is anybody out there wishing to fill out a blue card, or are we going to act on just this one? I think that's my answer. That being said, let's go ahead and proceed by reading the consent agenda. So for everybody, all items are still on with the exception of item 3B, the 00269 District 6. So if you make note of that, Michelle.
That's 3B, right? Yeah.
3B.
Got it.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Item 2A is approval of the minutes from the October 17th and October 18th, 2017 study sessions and regular hearing. Item 3A is case ZON 17-00241 in District 3. It's 2816 South Country Club Drive in District 3, located south of Guadalupe on the west side of Country Club Drive on approximately 2.5 acres. This is a site plan review for the development of a pad site in a previously approved commercial center. The request will allow the development of a retail pad building with a drive-through in the LC district. The staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item C3 is KZON 17-00249, District 3. What's that? 269. Oh, that's on consent. Item 3B is on consent. That's okay. So ZON 17-00249 in District 3, the 400 block of West Guadalupe Road on the north side, located west of Country Club Drive on the north side of Guadalupe on approximately 1.47 acres. This is a site plan review to allow for the development of a child care center in the LC district, and the staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 3D, KZON 17-00343 in District 5, the 1700 block of North Higley Road, located south of McKellips on the west side of Higley on approximately 5.5 acres. This is a site plan review for the development of a warehouse and an office building in the LI district, and the staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item 4A, KZ 17044 in District 3, the 1300 through 1400 blocks of West Main Street, located west of Alma School on the north side of Main Street on approximately 3.3 acres. This is a modification of the bonus intensity zone overlay, council use permit, and site plan to allow for the development of a multi-residence development in the NC zoning district with potential commercial services. The staff recommendation is approval with conditions. 4B is KZON 17-00260 in District 5, the 6500 block of East McKellips Road and the 1900 block of North 66th Street, located west of Power on the south side of McKellips Road, approximately 2.4 acres. This is a rezoning from RS9 to NCBIZ and a site plan review to allow for the development of a retail office building. The staff recommendation is approval with conditions. 5A is the preliminary plat for Building A MS Falcon LLC. This is the companion case to zoning case ZON 17-00343. The staff recommendation is approval with conditions. 5B is the preliminary plat for West Main Station Village. This is the companion case to item Z17044. The recommendation is approval with conditions. 5C is the preliminary plat for Mesa Medical Office Building. This is the companion case to item ZON 17-00260, and the staff recommendation is approval with conditions. And 5D is the preliminary plat for Pasadena Estates, District 4, the 500 block of South Pasadena between 521 and 551 South Pasadena, excluding 525, 531, and 537, but including the property behind those three addresses. This is approximately 1.67 acres. Again, it's a preliminary plat, and the staff recommendation is approval with conditions.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. So we've read the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Yeah, I motion that we approve the consent agenda as read.
Okay, thank you, Dane. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jennifer. Is any discussion on any of the items read? If not, please vote. The motion carries unanimously for those present. If any of you are here for any of those cases, you're welcome to go. We then have one item remaining that we will now address, and this will be item 3B, case ZON 17-00269, District 6, the 9,000 and 9,100 blocks of East Guadalupe Road and the 9,000 and 9,100 blocks of East Onza Avenue. And this pertains to the development of a mini storage and caretaker's residence in the LC PAD district. We'll begin by turning time over to staff. Veronica, if you would like to orient us on this.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. This request before you is a site plan modification and a special use permit for a mini storage with a caretaker's residence in the LC PAD zoning district. The proposed development is located west of the southwest corner of Ellsworth and Guadalupe Roads. The general plan character for the area is mixed use activity. This proposal is consistent with that character, with that general plan character area. The development will take place on approximately 4.83 acres and contains 56,821 square feet of mini storage space and 2,065 square feet of a leasing office and caretaker's residence. The site is laid out such that the office and residence fronts on Ellsworth, giving the appearance of a retail type of looks, in essence, kind of camouflaging the mini storage use in the back. The caretaker's residence as an accessory use requires approval of a special use permit. The proposed project is consistent with the policies and purpose of the general plan and the LC zoning district. The applicant has completed a citizen participation plan for this particular request. Staff has been contacted by 2 residents who live in the townhome community adjacent to the west side of this development. The concerns of those residents at the time were the color scheme of the buildings, tree species in the landscape buffer, the height of the adjacent screen wall, and the proposed land use. The applicant, as a result of the concerns of these residents, held a neighborhood meeting on October 28th and worked out the concerns of the residents and have incorporated all of those, have incorporated changes to address those concerns into the plan that's before you today. So with that, staff is recommending approval with conditions, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Veronica. Any questions for staff at this point? Okay, if not, we may circle back around. Is the applicant here? Yes, if you'd like to come forward. Provide your name and then give us your presentation.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Thomas Galvin with Rose Law Group on behalf of the applicant. Would like to first of all thank staff for preparing the staff report and recommending approval. As for the stipulations that they have put in, our client agrees with all of them and appreciates the efforts of staff. They have been working very hard with the neighbors and listening and soliciting feedback and have accepted and acceded to all of the requests to make the changes. For instance, for the door, they changed it from a teal color to an off-white. And for the landscaping, they made appropriate changes, including adopting now they're going to use Texas ebony trees that were suggested by the neighbors. So they're very happy that staff has worked together with them, and they've been really appreciative of the entire process, and hopefully look forward to your approval. And I'm available for any questions if they come up.
Thank you. Questions, anybody? I think we're good. We'll
Thank you.
listen to the public, and we may call you
Appreciate
back
it.
in a moment. We have 2 blue cards on this case. First one would be, the forward would be Thomas, is it Galvin?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you. Okay, thank you. I think we already know what your position is. And by the way, just so everyone knows, you are in favor of approving the case. Is that correct? Then we have one other. This person is Caroline Mendez. If you would like to come forward, you haven't indicated whether you're in favor to or opposed to the case. So if you'll share that with us along with your name and address.
Hello, my name is Caroline Mendez Cotillo. We live in the property that's adjacent in the townhouses where they had the meetings. And sorry, I didn't put whether or not I was in favor or not, because we thought that maybe our HOA was going to be here, but we're declarant controlled, so the HOA doesn't actually represent the homeowner's interests at this point. But the developers of the used store, proposed used store, have been wonderful. They've been very willing to work with us. They take our phone calls all the time. They move the trash cans, they change the colors, and the trees are going to provide a lot of privacy, and the storage units will provide like a buffer between us and there's a gas station and some other acreage that might have more commercial. So, and they changed everything that we were concerned about. So we're looking forward to having them as our quiet neighbors. And
Thank you. So it sounds like you're in support of the project.
yeah, I mean, we'd obviously love it if it could be zoned residential, but that's probably not going to happen. We're not going to hold out expectations for
Okay.
that. So,
Any particular question at this point?
nope, no questions.
Okay, well, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right. At this point, board members, is there anything we wish to discuss? Questions for anybody, the applicant, the city? No? All right, I will then entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion
Thank you, Jessica.
to approve ZON 17-00269, District 6, for a site plan modification and special use permit, approval with conditions by staff.
All right, thank you. We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Michelle. Any discussion? No discussion, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. So that concludes our cases. So, John, is there any other business we need to take care of at this meeting? Okay. This comes to that point of every meeting where we ask for that final motion. Would anybody like to make it to adjourn? We can always stay. There's no hurry.
Oh, okay, since I didn't get the memo and not wearing blue today, I'd
Would
like
you
to
like
make a
to-
motion to adjourn.
Well, we were getting a little worried there.
I
Thank
second
you.
that
Thank you, Dave. All in favor, say aye. Aye, vote, I guess. Either way, aye, aye. Okay, thank you. We'll see you next month.